You wake up. The ceiling above you is gray metal. The air smells like recycled nothing. Outside your window, if you can call it a window, is a sky the color of a bruise, rust and orange, and a kind of dim that never fully becomes day. You've seen this view every morning for your entire life. You are 23 years old. You have never seen blue sky. You have never felt rain. You have never stood outside without a suit and simply breathed. You were born here. Mars is not a place you chose, it's just home. Part 1. The Colony. There are about 11,000 people on Mars right now. Not astronauts, not explorers, not pioneers with a return date. Just people. The colony is called Ares Base, though nobody calls it that. Everyone just calls it home. It is a city of tunnels. Underground mostly. Surface radiation makes long-term exposure dangerous, so life happens beneath. Corridors and chambers and pressurized domes connected by airlocks. Everything functional. Everything deliberate. Nothing wasted. There are no wide open spaces. There is no weather to complain about. There is no outside. Not really. And there is a thing you learn to stop thinking about, the way people on Earth stop thinking about gravity. Everything keeping you alive is a machine. The air is a machine. The water is a machine. The warmth, the pressure, the light that pretends to be morning, all of it, machines, running quietly behind the walls. On Earth, nature keeps you alive whether you deserve it or not. Here, nature is the thing trying to kill you, and the only thing standing between the two is a wall, and the people who maintain it. Part 2. Earth. You have never been to Earth. Your parents came from there. They don't talk about it the way you'd expect. Not with sadness exactly. More like the way people talk about a complicated ex. Something they loved. Something that wasn't working. Something they had to leave, even though leaving cost them something they can't name. You grew up watching Earth from the observation dome. A blue dot. Small enough to cover with your thumb. You used to press your thumb over it as a kid and think, that's where the oceans are. That's where the sky is the color people call blue and take completely for granted. You don't hate Earth. You just don't know it. It is the most beautiful thing you have ever seen, and it has never felt like yours. Part 3. The Body. There is something nobody tells you until you're old enough to really understand it. You can never go to Earth. Not won't, can't. You grew up in 1/3 gravity. Your bones grew long and thin. Your heart is smaller than a heart that spent 23 years fighting a full planet pulling it down. You are taller than your parents, lighter, built for here and only here. If you stood on Earth, the weight of it would press on you slowly, every second, a planet leaning on a spine that was never made to hold it. The doctors are honest about it. You would not last. So the blue dot stays exactly where it is, small enough to cover with your thumb, the most beautiful thing you have ever seen, and the one place in the universe your body could never survive. Your species built a door, walked through it, and you were born on the far side, already changed, already something a little new. Earth is home to humans. Some nights you are not sure you are quite that anymore. You are something else. Mars made you. Part 4. Your day. You work in atmospheric maintenance. If you do your job correctly, nothing happens. That's the goal here. Nothing happening. No pressure breach. No oxygen drop. No system failure that turns 11,000 people's ordinary Tuesday into the last day of their lives. On Earth, you can have a bad day at work and open a window and let the outside in for a minute. Here, a bad day at work means something different. Here, the stakes of ordinary life are just slightly, quietly, permanently higher than anywhere humans have ever lived before. You check the same valves you checked yesterday. You read the same numbers. Green, green, green. It is the most boring job imaginable. And it is the most important one alive. Nobody thanks you for the days nothing goes wrong. That's the whole point. The best work you will ever do is work that no one will ever notice. Part 5. The Others. You are not the only one who was born here. There are a few hundred of you. The first real generation. Children of no country, citizens of a planet your parents only adopted. You went to school in a pressurized dome. You learned Earth's history the way Earth children learn about ancient Rome. Real, important, and impossibly far away. You have friends here. There is a girl 2 corridors over who laughs at the same useless things you do. There is an old man who fixes the water reclaimers and still remembers the smell of a forest and tries, badly every time, to describe it to you. He never gets it right. You love him for trying. You fell in love here once, with someone who also pressed their thumb over the blue dot as a kid and felt the same strange nothing. This is a whole life, small, sealed, lit by a sun that comes from a bulb. And it is the only one you have ever wanted. Part 6. The Surface. On rest days, you suit up and go outside. Not everyone does. Some people go years without going to the surface. Too cold, too empty, too much of a reminder of what this planet actually is. But you go. The sky is enormous. Not beautiful the way Earth skies are beautiful. Not soft, not welcoming. Vast and cold and completely indifferent. But it's yours. You think about your mother's face when she talks about rain. The way she closes her eyes when she does it. Like she's trying to feel something that no longer exists in her world. You wonder if your children will close their eyes like that someday. Thinking about outside, standing right here on the surface, missing something they never had. You go back inside. The airlock hisses. The door opens. The recycled air hits you. 40 million kilometers from the blue dot, from the rain, from the sky your parents grew up under. This is where humanity came next. Not because it was easy, not because it was beautiful, because something in the human story has always needed to know what's on the other side of the next horizon. Your parents crossed the biggest one there is, and you were born on the other side. They gave up a sky so that you could have a planet. You will never get to thank them for a home you cannot imagine living without. This is home. It is gray and cold, and it will kill you if you let it. And you wouldn't trade it, not for anything.